Welcome to Trekkie and Beyond, a Star Trek podcast. I'm Monica.
And I'm Andrea. And welcome to the season 5 discussion of the trailer of Star Trek Discovery. We are so excited that the show is coming back. And we may have watched this trailer a couple hundred times each, just saying. And we are here to discuss some of the things that we've seen in the trailer, what we're excited for, what we're not excited for, what we hope happens, what we don't need to happen, and that's coming from me, and just everything else for season 5 of Star Trek Discovery, the final season.
I am so excited to fly with this episode, to fly away, to get engulfed into this, because I've been waiting for so long. I have a void that needs to be filled. It will be hopefully on April 4th. So, from what I understand, this has been in the making. This season has been in the making since 2020. And so some of it was originally discussed and some of the plot points were developed in 2020 while they were filming the last season 4, and then they were going to carry it over. COVID happened. Everything in our lives changed. So this was put on pause. I didn't realize it was going to be put on pause for this long. It breaks my heart, but we're circling back now. And it must be really tough for the actors that were filming and then not filming. And it's been a roller coaster ride even for our production schedule. So that's my initial reaction, is that I'm so looking forward to this because I've been waiting for so long, and I love the series. What about you?
Excitement. The trailer filled me with excitement, which gives me a little worry, which gives me a little pause. Because you guys know me. You guys know how Discovery and I have had this love-hate relationship of the potential that each season has and the heartbreak that I normally always feel from it. And so once again, we are in this toxic relationship of I'm excited. I'm so excited for what's to come. Every trailer that I saw, the sneak peeks, the behind the scenes information that I'm learning about season 5 really makes me love what's to come. I'm seeing a side of Captain Michael Burnham that I've wanted to see. I'm seeing her being a lot more sure of herself and not really seeing this little will she, won't she type of way the writers have always written her. She seems like a more responsible season 1 version of herself, where she is very sure of herself, that she knows what she's doing. And I don't know, the initial trailer just, when I saw it, I immediately texted Monica. I was like, it's coming back and it's going to be good. Like, so I'm still very excited. I know that I was brokenhearted after season 4. Very brokenhearted after season 4. And I have high hopes, very high hopes for season 5. And so far, the trailer is leading with that. So let's get into a little bit of the trailer discussion.
So the trailer makes it seem like more of an epic adventure.
Yeah.
There's some, it looks like it's a cross between like it gives me some Indiana Jones vibes with futuristic tech. So there's some scenes in which we can see Michael Burnham driving across some sort of landscape in like a Thunderdome kind of thing. There's sand, there's lots of adventure. There's this MacGuffin that looks like an Aztec artifact that is some sort of treasure that they're in search of. So there's it seems like a typical adventure, but in the Star Trek universe, and in a timeline that we are all is new for all of us. So it shouldn't have to worry as much about like canon and all this other stuff. But I'm really excited about like the scenes that I've seen. What about the scenes for you? What do you think?
So one of the things that I saw in the trailer that makes me excited is it looks like we're getting Tilly back.
Yeah.
I do have to agree with you that and it looks like she's. Oh, we'll go about this. I will say it looks like Tilly's the main character again, which I hope they didn't just put I hope she's not just in one episode and then they like cut that episode over the trailer to make it seem like she's all throughout the season. So I'm very excited about that. To your point, I definitely love, okay, for those who know me, I love a good mystery, but not like a season long mystery. And you always like, I agree with you that I do think there is a like Indiana Jones type mystery happening, and even the tech, which is high tech but also looks very low tech, is like the prize. I just don't think Discovery does season long mysteries well. And so I don't want this to be a season long mystery. I think they forget the point of the season halfway through, and then like everything's sort of like squished together at the very end. And they did that for season 3 and season 4. And so I don't want this I'm very intrigued by the mystery. I just don't have hopes that they can do a season long arc well. And so my hope is that this is not a season long mystery, that the Indiana Jones thing is either just the second half or just the first half. And we're able to have some individual away mission type regular episodes where we can just see and they can go on a different adventure, because they are in the future and there's so much that they could do. And so, well, I'm very excited for what we have seen in this trailer. I don't want a season long arc. So even though it is Indiana Jones type season, which I've seen all the Indiana Jones, there's only 2 that I don't watch of all the Indiana Jones movies. I have them all. I own them all. Please don't make this like this. Please just keep it maybe 1 or 2 episodes, 3 max, 4 if you must, but never 5. Please.
Well, based on the showrunners, this season supposed to be more episodic, but with an overarching serialized plot. So it could have the best of both worlds.
And if it's like, I forgot the anime. Lower Decks, yes, my favorite one, which I forgot the names of. They do like episodic season long stories really well, because there are things that are hinted here and there, and it's like, oh, okay. And like it's almost like a say and repeat type thing, or if it's not say and repeat, say and forget type thing. Like if you miss it, if you don't watch it at the exact moment that little scene happens, you forget it, and then it all comes together and makes sense at the last episode. And I want to say they were sort of close to doing that in season 2 with the whole like her mom coming from the future being the Red Angel and like pointing them in certain spaces. That was like, I think, as close as they almost got it with this whole, oh my gosh, there's little things I'm throwing at you on purpose. Season 1 they did that, but like I'm saying, but season 2 was really like, none of this makes sense. You don't see the big picture until the very end. For me, at least. And so if that's like this, where it's like just a little things hinted here and there, and then the last 2 or 3 episodes, it really makes sense. And then the last 2 or 3 episodes really fund this. Sure, but don't make one whole episode of them trying to break a code. And that's the entire episode, is them in court arguing about something just for Michael to change her mind at the very last minute. Like they don't have great filler episodes. And I don't want any of these episodes in season 5, because it's their last season, because this is how they're going out. I don't want any episode to be a filler episode in this season. I want every episode to be like, when we do our review of season 5, I want us to fight over how many episodes we can say is our favorite, because they're all so good that they all mattered. I don't really want a filler episode to be like 4 episodes just because they need to get from point A to point B. It's very annoying.
I'm hoping, because they've been really working on this for 3 years, that all of these details have been worked out, and it's 10 solid episodes. There's other seasons in which they've had more episodes, so maybe just this 10 solid is a perfect point where they don't have to like fill in some gaps just for like Paramount for revenue generation or something like that. But like, I know that filming Discovery is very expensive, but like 10 really good stories that work together for a capstone at the end would be great for me. I also am wondering if the series finale and the season finale will be an arch for the overall story. Because sometimes that happens in finales for an entire season, sorry, for an entire show. Like it'll include characters for and like I don't know, wrap up other pieces. So it'll be interesting to see how they wrap up the season and the series. How about
that? So it'll be very interesting how they wrap this up, because you bring up a good point. If they wrap this up series wise, because technically you're just wrapping up Discovery, not the other ones as well. But how are you, like, there have been like little hints of through other like Star Trek podcasts and videos, people who have like broken down each single frame of this trailer and like zoomed in to see everything. There's so many different ideas out there of where they see this going, and some people think they're going back to the past, and some people think that there's like they're going to into time wars after the end of the season because of other stuff that they've seen throughout the trailer. I hope, however, they wrap this season up. I don't want them to try and like fix anything. I don't want them to try and go back to the past, because like it would, like, don't undo what you've already built so much, what you've built us up on, like believing and accepting. Like you made us go to the future. You made us accept this. Like, don't undo it and then make the last 2 years like almost pointless, you know? I hope they do the series well, because Michael Burnham deserves the respect of the writers. And writers, I'm looking at you right now. Do not mess her up. Do not. You understand me? From one Black woman about another Black woman. You do not mess her up. Don't do it.
Well, one of the reasons why this took so long to come out is because of the fact that Paramount changed its mind, and after the producers finished the initial season 5, then it announced that it was not renewing it. So then Sonequa Martin Green and many of the other actors and the writers and all the people that work behind the scenes went back to the soundstage and rewrote some parts. So they've gone back 3 times, for what I understand. And so it was tough because like they weren't able to participate in Star Trek Day, New York Comic Con 2022, because they had to go back to the soundstage. So it's just been a roller coaster ride. But I agree with you. I hope that this is all worthwhile within this. I believe though that this, well, I know for sure based on an interview and a panel discussion that I attended with Tawny Nossum, who plays Mariner from Lower Decks, and she is a writer for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And so as the writer for that, she was telling us about the timeline. And so there's a second spinoff from Star Trek Discovery, and it's Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And so somehow they're going to spin that off from this, and we'll see more of Tilly, and we'll see maybe an Adira or maybe Paul or other things, because we know that Paul's expressed that he is interested in something more, whether it's the Vulcan Science Academy or something more than engineering. He wants to be challenged more. He wants to dive in more into science. So they better not break up Hugh and Paul, because in my opinion, they're the best gay couple on TV. So, love them. But maybe there's going to be additional career pursuits there. And so, yeah, it's just passing the torch to another show.
Well, I would always love to see more of Tilly, because Tilly is amazing, and I have loved her. Have I loved her since season 1? I don't know. Go back and watch the videos and let me know if I loved her since season 1, people. But this trailer did reignite a passion of the show, and so I am very, very, very excited for April 4th to come. I will be running home from work and popping this thing on so I can watch it immediately, because I cannot wait. Will I be texting live with Monica back and forth? Probably. Like, did you see that? But April 4th can't come soon enough because there's so much about the season that we don't know. And I really want to know what is that ball that they're like holding. I want to know what that little low tech thing is. I mean, it looks like almost like one of those like puzzles where you have to like put them in order to like be able. There's always that one empty spot left, so you have to like move everything around. It looks like one of those. Very high tech, low tech. I want to know who the big bads are. I want to know if they're worthy of being a big bad. I don't want to have to empathize with any of these villains. Make villains what they are. Villains. We do not care. We do not care. They are villains. Um, I'm very excited. Anything else you want to add, Monica?
Oh, yes, because I could talk about this for another hour, but I'll try to make it brief. So it's interesting because when we last saw Book, he was going to be like sentenced away, and the relationship was on pause. But he's in the trailer, so plot thickens a bit. We'll see how that works out. His accountability.
I would not be surprised if he broke out. I would not be surprised if he broke out and they were just like, you know what? Let him have it. Let him have it.
Speaking of relationships, there's Saru. I hope Tarina's back. And I'm glad that Saru is not lonely anymore. I can imagine it would be tough being your only species, like in Starfleet, and then also like everything that he's gone through. So I appreciate that connection and that relationship.
I still feel no heat in that relationship. I felt nothing when I saw them on my screen. Them individually, perfect. Together, I just like I am someone who ships that will never pass in the night ever. Like I love me some ships. I build ships that people are like, we ain't getting on that with you. But I live and breathe ships. I feel nothing for these two people. I don't understand their relationship. I do not get it. I just don't feel the heat. I want to feel the heat. When they gaze at each other, I want to be like, whew, open up a door, open up a window. I need to fan myself. None of that. It's just they're so intellectual.
So, but that's they're a power couple. Like, it shows though because there's many other series where they don't really have relationships. So I'm glad that they're showing this in many different ways and different dynamics. Back to dynamics. So there's Michael not fighting for the captain's chair. She definitely has it. What I'm seeing here from the trailer is that like there's crazy stunts, which I love. And possibly hand-on-hand combat that's there. She does that. Sonequa Martin Green does that very well. And it shows that it's really hard out there to be a captain. Basically, like I'm seeing that, like that vibe out there. And speaking of her, like I watching this trailer reminded me about all of the positive female characters in the series. Looking forward to revisiting Detmer. We got Joanne. There's like hopefully, oh yes, I saw the president of the Federation.
Your favorite person is back.
Yes. And then we have non-binary individuals as well. And so it's just nice to see all that diversity. Jet's back.
Yep, your favorite person.
It's our Vance. So I felt like it was like a reunion again. And I'm so excited.
It was weird not having a Star Trek show to watch for like we've been doing this for like 2 years, and almost every week we had a Star Trek show to watch and then we stopped for like 3 months. And guys, if you're listening to this, I missed you guys. I missed this. I missed you guys. I missed talking about Star Trek. I miss our weekly recaps. I missed it all, and we are coming back to you. So don't go anywhere, because we are here for season 5. Anything to add, Monica?
Let's fly.
And as always, I'm Andrea.
And I'm Anika.
And live long and prosper.